Yeah, cause he's so extra, and she's so extra. We so extra, extra, extra. Everybody extra, extra, extra. Watch me bless it, then I flex it. Ay. Yeah, I'm so extra. Ay. VVS it, niggas bless it, watch her flex it. Yeah, ay, yeah. Cause I'm so extra, 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 extra. Ay.
Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of the Cigar Roll. The ladies are in the powder room, freshening up, so the men decided to take over for the show just this one time. But before we get started, let us introduce ourselves.
How y'all doing? My name is Brandon.
How y'all doing? I'm the handsome Alex.
I'm Plex Washington.
And I'm everybody's favorite, Aaron Hall.
Now, we couldn't do an all-men show without picking a very manly topic that we can all talk about. I'm pretty sure that we all know what feminism is.
Right.
But have you ever heard of Meninism?
It's a little different, no?
Crazy, huh? Now, Meninism is a belief that men are victimized through feminism and the struggles of a man in the 21st century. Crazy, huh? But disclaimer, this whole movement is a parody. But it gives us an opportunity to really talk about some really serious situations. So my first question is, what is feminism?
To me, feminism is the equality of the sexes. So that means that you want women to have the same opportunities that men have. Because historically, women do not.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, well, I believe that I understand the basis of what feminism is, but I really think it's a push towards the equality of women solely. So, yes, we want equality through all sexes, but this is a women-driven movement.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, especially when you start thinking about, like, the goals and, like, everything. Like, when you look at different, like, feminist marches and stuff like that, it's always like, oh, women. So I get what you're saying. You're saying, like, solely on bringing up women. Because it's always solely bringing up women, which is not a problem because women have kind of been pushed back when it comes to, pay, job opportunities, stuff like that. Women are always kind of falling short in that area. So, I mean, I totally agree.
All right, so that leads me to my second question. Do you believe us as men can be feminists?
Yes, I think that men should support women always. So I think that a man can definitely push for equality for the sexes in the workplace. So if you are an employer, then definitely offer those equal opportunities in other aspects like politics, anything like that. So men can definitely, a man can stand up for a woman, for sure.
I think all men should stand up for women, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
Period.
men have more power than women. So, I mean, you have that voice to be able to keep those women advocating for the rights they deserve, if that makes sense.
And I'm sorry I got to play the devil's advocate, but as we know, through time, things evolve. And feminism, as a movement, has evolved throughout time. So how I see it as, we all know in the social standing, this is men and this is women. Now, through feminism, you have two choices. You can either elevate women to where men are, or you can bring men down to the level where women are. So I support it halfway. If it means elevation, if it means progress, then yes, I support it wholeheartedly. But I'm just not with the whole tearing someone down just so we can all be equal.
Right, you've never really seen anybody, like, men, like, tear because a man is never going to do anything to, like, compromise where he's at or what he's doing. So, I mean, a man never really kind of brings himself down to where, quote unquote, where a woman is, especially for men that kind of think women are, men that still have that same mindset of women are just, supposed to cook and clean, that type of stereotype. That man is definitely not going to bring himself down to be equal with a woman. Like, it's not going to happen. If anything, it's going to be bringing that woman up to at least where he is and progress from there.
And when you look at situations like that, men have privilege historically. So it's not going to be a situation where a man is really going to be decreased in who he is because he's a man. So, I mean, inadvertently, if you go to a job interview and a man and a woman both get hired, then what we know from statistics is that the man is going to get paid more. And that's just what it is. So I don't think that it's necessarily about bringing a man down because he typically has the power in the situation.
Okay, well that leads me to my final question. With this movement being created as a whole, do you think it can be positive, or how you feel about it as a whole for the men in this movement?
We're talking about the Meninism?
Yeah, the Meninism.
Oh, no.
Now, that being, even with it being,
No.
satire, do you think it has the ability to be positive?
No.
I don't think it's going to be looked at as being positive because men,
No.
like I said before, men are already at such a high point. Like, there's not going to be, you're never going to get any positive feedback from anybody saying, "Oh, I'm a meninist."
Okay.
Like,
It really reminds me of stuff
Yeah.
like when the Black Lives Matter stuff happened. Then it was just like Blue Lives Matter and all those different parodies and different things like that of a movement. And to me, it's more of a mockery.
But as a black man in America, I feel like we can actually take this energy and flip it into something positive. Just imagine if black men had the same support of each other that black women do. Because black women will support each other through everything to the end, but black men will always sell themselves short. And we're not even talking about women supporting us. We're talking about men supporting men. Imagine if we had a Black Men's Rock. Or imagine if Black Boy Joy went viral just like everything else. We can actually take ourselves out of a situation that we ourselves put ourselves in. So that's just how I feel about the situation.
Okay. Well, that leads us into today's beat or bust question. Do you believe that most men treat women with the same respect that they give their mothers and sisters? So you are going to beat if you agree and bust if you disagree.
hell no. Because a lot of times these men you see out here, a lot of guys, they say they play these girls, they go ghost on them. You wouldn't be treating your mom like that. You wouldn't treat your sister like that.
Yeah,
You wouldn't want someone to treat your mother or your sister like that.
So I agree because I feel like we don't we respect our mom, we put our mom and our sister on this high pedestal, but when it comes to like our relationship partner, our women, we give them the utmost disrespect. So I mean, I don't.
Not gonna lie, I don't know if they ever just switched before, but after hearing that answer, like that's crazy. Like,
I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like, I treat women different than I treat my mother. Yes, because that's my mother. I don't have an emotional relationship with women the same way I do with my mother. But in the same instance, I was raised to treat her right. So I do treat her right. I will always treat her right, and that's just how it is.
All I'm gonna say is, however you treat women, make sure you treat them with that kind of respect you want your daughter treated. You know what I'm saying? With how you want your mom treated. If
No.
a man come to your mom,
No,
No,
I'm gonna be
man,
real with you.
man,
No, man. Y'all always have to throw that out there to make it seem like that's what you're supposed to do. There will never. Listen. If I have a daughter, no man will ever be good enough for her.
right?
That is my daughter. Like my that's half of my chromosomes.
So you should get married?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I cannot treat somebody like my daughter because I can never amount to the level that I'm going to hold a man to date my daughter.
Wait.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say, but at the same time, for example, I was raised by just my mother and my sister. So my mother has raised me to treat her, my sister, aunt, grandma, all women I encounter like the best
queen.
Like the best, especially the one that I'm seeking to want to marry, or I'm seeking to be in a relationship with. It has to be, I have to treat her the way I treat my mother. Because the reason I say this is because just like oftentimes a man, if you have a daughter, you're going to raise her so she knows how a man's supposed to treat her.
Right.
So that when she's looking for a man, she can find someone that's like her dad.
And I'm
same thing for men.
And we're
Find a
discussing
woman that is like your mother.
And we're discussing respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the question was, respect.
Right.
So respect is something that you can give anybody.
Yeah.
Like, so that's on a basic level. So as far as respecting women, like how you're raised does play a part in that, but it's nothing like my mom taught me to say, yes sir, yes ma'am, all of that stuff.
Right.
But when it comes to being disrespectful, I don't feel like a lot of men don't step up because a lot of men don't necessarily have that mentorship role or have someone that has taught them that this is what they're supposed to do. And in a lot of situations, like Aaron said, his mother raised him. So, and there are that happens a lot in the African American community where there are single parents and the mother has to play both roles, you know. But that doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, respect is just something that you should do, especially as a man, knowing that you have advantages over women in general. Yeah, you should definitely be respectful, but I don't think that most men are. And we're talking about you. You said that you're respectful, but the question was, are most men like that? And a lot of men aren't like that, and a lot of men do not hold other men accountable for how they treat women.
And I'm gonna add in with this: you should always want that special woman in your life, like your daughter or your mother, to at least find the qualities of a person. Like if you want, okay, let's say what you said, you want a woman, you treat women differently, you treat your mother. treat everybody. Look for one, or how can I say this? Look for a man, or you know what I'm saying.
What's your card, friend?
I just really think it's
Yeah, turn around. All I'm
All
saying is you should want your mother or daughter to find the qualities like that you have. You know what I'm saying? If you have those qualities, you know what I'm saying, you should want those qualities to be in your mother or daughter's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I disagree because we don't treat. I'm gonna say black women. I'm gonna keep it on black women. We don't treat black women equals to how we go out. We want these foreign women, but we don't treat our own black sisters with the respect that
That's
we
a
treat
whole
them.
nother ball game.
He on fire. He on fire, man. Keep it stacked. That's all I'm doing is keeping it stacked. So just always look to try to treat black women to how we treat every other woman in this country. We don't disrespect white women the way we disrespect black women. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta love our black women. Because at the end of the day, our black women is what keep us grounded. They keep us whole. Don't nobody rob hard for us like our black women do. So at the end of the day, we gotta respect our black women and treat them queens. I'm gonna end with that. Period. But I'm gonna keep it that. So we gonna bring it in. We're gonna bring commercial in. We come back with a game for y'all should raise. Y'all got to talk on the cigar room. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ready for that?
You already know
what it is.
We so extra, everybody.
To the cigar room, we have a game of charades for y'all called Guide Talk. So you guys ready to play?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, bet. Let's get it.
Y'all gonna
I'll take those. Y'all not ready. All right, so we got our Guide Talk going on. So let me kind of put y'all with guy at that barbershop talk, everything. You know how it is. So we gonna play a game for y'all. We gonna bring that. So ready?
Okay, so you do this at homecoming, when you're cooking out, food. What's it called?
You know, so what's the manliest
What's the whole thing called?
Barbecue.
Okay, think school. What's it called at school? That's at your cousin's house. It's called barbecue. What's it called?
Cookout.
What's it called at school?
Again.
Like it happens after a football game.
All right.
It was tailgating.
Oh wow.
This is Diddy's vodka.
So right.
Yeah.
How time you got one?
Ooh, no, you didn't. I like it.
Ooh.
Skip it. Y'all ain't got
Ooh.
It's our turn yet.
Nelson scroll this up.
Triangle. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't beat me up, y'all.
This is what you call what people say that they don't have them, but they have that when they're popular.
I ain't got it on me.
No, when it's girls, what you call girls? A derogatory term for girls.
Ooh.
You got what?
Wow. Hey, you lost, man. You got one.
That's an L.
How you talking trash? You got one.
Y'all finna lose. I mean,
I did my part.
I'm sorry.
Tailgating. Mid.
Oh
wow.
I didn't think we could say that though.
Wow.
Jesus help.
All right, let's
She
see.
laid.
Let's see.
She laid.
for real.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's all bro.
Major Keys. Who was rapper? Major Keys.
DJ Khaled.
Yep.
Okay,
Trap House. Pink Trap House.
Two Chainz.
Yes. Okay, so you got your side chick and your
Main chick.
Yup.
Did you say chick?
You have
Wow.
Yes, say chick.
Come on, man.
I think you cheated.
I think
That's
that's
you
your
too.
time. I'm not gonna call the police. They are the instead of me calling them police, they're the instead of police 5-0. What's the other name?
Pigs.
Two syllables. Two syllables. Two syllables.
Skip. No, man. On speed.
What you lay?
Y'all know when y'all skip, y'all lose the point. So y'all were.
Are you serious? Wait. Who said we got more dubs.
Okay. D'Lo Brown. That's a wrestler.
I don't know him. We had
Okay, I got
DJ Khaled,
2 Chainz. Main chick.
That's a synchronized.
Am I like 50? Who says Hopefully anymore?
Anyway.
Oh, you said like Magia said. You like call the.
I still wouldn't have got it because I'm 25.
That's no excuse. You're only 25. You ain't that old.
Oh, am I supposed to say it in my unit?
You might, maybe.
Call it on my flip phone?
The Boost Mobile.
Turn the seas. All right, y'all. That's enough guy code, especially when we whoop them. After this commercial, we'll come back. We'll come back and we'll have a question that you guys don't want to miss.
Yeah, cause he's so extra, and she's so extra. We so extra, extra, extra. Everybody.
Welcome back to the Cigar Roll. I do have a question for you guys to answer. It's a little, but you can look glasses. Y'all know I can't see it. Somebody go ahead. I cannot see you. Okay, answer me this. Why are men so wishy-washy and act like they want a low-key female when they end up giving a vixen whatever she wants?
Who said that? You know what? I'm gonna let y'all answer it.
Go ahead, take it.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna go like you.
I don't think that. I think that's an attack on men. So because the same could be said about a woman. Really, I mean, no shade.
Full shade. Just like men have like side pieces, women have side pieces too.
Yeah,
They
and
like
women are
attention.
technically women do it. I think women do it more, and I think they're smarter and they don't get caught. Because I just found out like my homeboy, he was getting cheated on by his girl, and she had like the names saved as like her homegirl's names, but it was the dude's name. So I mean, she's smart. I mean, she's smart. I wouldn't cheat. I wouldn't cheat on nobody, but I would also never have thought to do that.
So the question was about why do we act like we want a low-key woman when we give the one that's always in this limelight all of our attention, right?
I think a lot of people do stuff for clout too. And to be honest, especially in the age of social media, I think a lot of people get in relationships because it's cute to put it on the gram, and they don't actually think about what the actual relationship is as far as the work, all the non-glamorous stuff, the arguments, all that stuff that you don't see. And I think that people like to let me get these likes, so let me go get a boo or whatever the case may be, and we look good together. Let's do these color coordinated outfits and stuff like that for the gram.
Hey, but let me be real with you. From a person that actually likes to date people that are like out there, because I hate a low-key woman. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I don't want them around me. Simply because I'm an out there type of person. And if I'm an out there type of person, they say opposites attract, but if every single time I want you to be around me, I'm going out and I want you to come with me, you don't want to come simply because you'd rather stay at home and do nothing. Can I add this? Let me finish.
I like the couch.
No, I'm just saying. Let me finish. I want to say this. At the end of the day, we all as humans want attention. And if you feel like that vixen, the one that's always in the club, that one that's always everywhere you go, is there and she can give you the attention, then the person that's denying you the time that you're trying to give to them.
Can I ask you?
But it's not denying time, is it?
It is.
If I'm asking you what you want to do, because you can still,
y'all trying to put this
But listen, I feel like you like what you like. You can't really put all men into the same category.
Of course.
We're different. Like we don't all like vixens, you know what I'm saying? I like a boring woman, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind a boring woman. Like at the same time, yeah, y'all get at me now. Anyway, I just feel like you can't really just put all men into the same label, into the same category, because we do that with women. But believe it or not, we do that with women. We kind of put them all.
That's ironic that you say that, you know, because that's the point of this whole episode. This whole Meninist movement is exactly what they're saying.
Right.
I just want to know that.
Okay,
it started as a parody, but it is
so
that.
we can say that it does happen. But I think it's still disrespectful to the actual movement, because when you look at the rate of what happens, it's happening. Women are being way more disrespected in mass than men typically are. I'm not saying we're not going to negate that women don't disrespect men, but that's not what this is about.
But I say you should know your worth too. If you know better, do better. Simple.
But that also goes into how you were raised.
Some people
I just think that y'all are veering off from the actual.
It's always us.
She wants to know why y'all wishy-washy. Why you wishy-washy? Why you can't be consistent? Why you can't be
right. I'm gonna just say, like, I feel like every woman is a queen, so you should just really know what you stand for and just.
Well, what do y'all define wishy-washy as?
Wishy-washy is inconsistent. Wishy-washy is going back and forth. Wishy-washy is
about what you want. About what you want.
That's not messing with wishy-washy men. Simple, you know.
No.
Okay,
if you know how to play the game, it's not wishy-washy.
But not everybody can play it. But why does everybody build like that?
Yes, you are.
Built like that.
Okay.
Not everybody's built like that.
Okay, I'm not gonna put nobody out there. Okay.
Don't put me.
Everybody's not a player.
Okay, all I'm saying is,
I can't be a player.
Right.
Flex like
yeah, ain't no
Okay.
okay. Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. If that's how you want to leave it.
So
Okay.
very passive aggressive. You
He
okay?
is trying to run it off.
That's what it is.
All right.
All right, that's going to be the end of our question. If you guys have any more questions you want to send in, send it to the Powder Room social medias. If you have anything you want to say to us, slide these DMs. You know they're always open. You can go to the description and we'll have our hats there as well.
And she so extra. We so extra. Extra, extra.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this very, very, very special exclusive edition of the Powder Room called the Cigar Room. Now, if you want to follow any of us, our social medias are down below. But if you want to support everything that these beautiful women are doing, make sure you follow them on all social media platforms. And that also is listed down below. Now, there's no way I can end this special episode without giving my quote. And I've been waiting to do this the whole time. And this quote is coming from the late, great, the amazing James Brown. And he said, "This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman and girl."
Yeah.
Thank you.